Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to do another game for a 1970 season replay using National Pastime 3 Baseball. And this is the official last game of the quote-unquote opening day, second day of opening day. So there's no more that can occur after this, so we'll move on to the next day. This is the last game from April 7th of 1970. And definitely had to feature this one as Gaylord Perry, the Hall of Famer, was pitching for the Giants. He was 23-13 and finished second to Bob Gibson, who also won 23 games but only lost 7 in the Cy Young Award voting. Larry Dierker went 16-12 for the Houston Astros that same year. So two pretty good pitchers, one a Hall of Famer. And, yeah, so let's see the lineup that's going to be facing Gaylord Perry on the hill now. He's a B pitcher with a Z and DP minus ratings. And speaking of Hall of Famers, Joe Morgan will lead it off at second, followed by Joe Pepitone, the ex-Yankee, in right field. Jimmy Wynn is a center fielder batting third, batting cleanup. The future Royal, John Mayberry, at first. Batting fifth, Dennis Menke, the shortstop. The left fielder, Tommy Davis, hits sixth, followed by Doug Rader at third. Behind the plate, the catcher, Johnny Edwards, batting eighth. And rounding out the lineup, Larry Dierker on the hill, batting ninth. So Perry is on the hill. Like we said, Perry won 23 games, lost 13 in 1970. So Perry looks in for the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch. And right away, we have another dice roll for Joe Morgan. This could be extra bases. And it's going to be a single for Joe Morgan. And he'll steal second. One strike on the batter. So Joe Pepitone to the plate now with one strike on him as Joe Morgan's now in scoring position after singling and stealing second. Pepitone with a .304 on base percentage in 131 games. Perry looks in for the sign, looks at the back at the runner, kicks and delivers. And this looks like it's going to be a single also. And Joe Morgan will score. So Joe Pepitone with an RBI single puts the Astros on top. Alrighty, so that'll bring up Jimmy Wynn. Jimmy Wynn a .394 on base percentage in 157 games. Pepitone being held on. He is a fast runner. Here's the windup in the pitch by Perry. And a strikeout. So Perry records his first out of the game. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, John Mayberry. Mayberry with a .318 on base percentage, .365 slugging. Pepitone being held on. Pepitone a fast runner. The pitch to the lefty Mayberry. And a strikeout. So after two singles, back-to-back Ks by Gaylord Perry. We did feature his brother Jim Perry pitching for the Minnesota Twins on opening day. Alrighty, so that's going to bring up Dennis Menke, the shortstop. He has a .392 on base percentage, .441 slugging. Pepitone still being held on at first, 2 down now. Here's the windup in the pitch. And he'll fly out to center to end the inning. But the Astros score a run and lead it 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. So Larry Dierker on the hill. He's a righty with a C rating, C and Y modifiers. Bobby Bonds, the father of Barry Bonds, will lead it off and play right field. Al Gallagher is the third baseman, hitting second. Batting third, the Hall of Famer Willie Mays. Batting cleanup of the Hall of Famer Willie McCovey. Batting fifth, Ken Henderson in left field. Batting sixth, Dick Dietz, the catcher. Batting seventh, Tito Fuentes, the second baseman. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Hal Lanier. And on the hill, batting ninth, Gaylord Perry. Alrighty. So Bond steps into the plate. Steps up to the plate. Dierker looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. And strikeout. So Dierker strikes out the first batter he faces. That'll bring up Gallagher, the third baseman. So Bonds was a 375 on base percentage, 504 slugging. Al Gallagher is a 335 on base percentage and a 376 slugging. Here's the pitch by Dierker. Error check. And it's going to be a ground out to second. 4-3 on the put-out for out number 2. That'll bring up the Say Hey Kid, Willie Mays. Willie Mays, 390 on base percentage, 506 slugging. Here's the pitch. And he'll pop out to third to end the inning. So the Giants go in order in the first, and after one full, it's Astros 1, Giant nothing. Perry back out on the hill. Perry's downgrade inning is just the third inning. Wow. All right, so Tommy Davis steps to the plate. It'll be Davis, Rader, and Edwards. Davis, a 308 on base percentage, 387 slugging. Pitch by Perry. And it's going to be a ground out to short for out number 1. All right, so they'll bring up Doug Rader, the third baseman. Rader, 322 on base percentage, 436 slugger. Error check. Ooh, and just missed the error there. Instead, it'll be a ground out to first. And he'll take to the bag unassisted. So 3 unassisted on the put out. 2 down in the Astros second. So it'll bring up Johnny Edwards, the catcher. 299 on base percentage, 319 slugging. Pitch by Perry. And he'll fly out to center to end the inning. So the Astros go quietly in the second. It remains 1-0 as we head to the home half of the second. It'll be the 4th, 5th, and 6th hitters for the Giants. McCovey, Henderson, and Dietz. McCovey, 444 on base percentage, 612 slugging. And that's going to be a walk. So McCovey is on with the walk. And we will make sure he does not take the extra base. He is a slow runner. He'll be being held on. That'll bring up Ken Henderson. 394 on base percentage, 460 slugging. Dierker looks in for the sign, looks at the runner, kicks and delivers. And it'll be a 5-4-3 double play. So Henderson grounds into the double play. And that'll empty the bases for Dick Dietz. Dietz 426 on base percentage, 515 slugging in 1970. Pitch by Dierker. And that's a pop out to third to end the inning. So Perry's grade is lowered already to a C now. As it remains a Astros 1-0 lead as we head to the third. So Larry Dierker will lead it off. Dierker 181 on base percentage with a 196 slugging. And he'll ground out 4-3 on the putout. That'll bring up the top of the order, Joe Morgan. Morgan singled, stole second, and came around the score on the, is it Pepitone? Pepitone single. So Perry looks in for the sign, the pitch to Morgan. And once again, Morgan's going to get another good one to hit. And another single for Morgan, and he'll steal second again. So Morgan records his second steal of the game. And he's already in scoring position for Pepitone. Can Pepitone do it again? Pepitone had an RBI single his first time up. Pitched by Perry. And that's going to be a walk. So runners on first and second with one down. The Astros won this game in the actual season. Alrighty, first and second, one down. Perry in trouble again. That'll bring up Jimmy Wynn. Wynn struck out his first time. And one ball on the batter. Wynn back in the box. Perry looks in for the sign, looks at the runners, kicks and delivers. And it's going to be a fielder's choice. They get the middle runner. As Pepitone is erased at second. And I'll put runners at the corners with two down now. And we're going to put restrictions on Wynn. There you go. Alright, so runners at the corners. For John Mayberry, who struck out his first time. A pitch by Perry. And a strike. I'm going to check all these again. Alrighty, so Perry back in the box. Mayberry back in the box. Perry on the rubber. Kicks and delivers. And he'll ground out to first. Perry will cover. 3-1 on the putout. And that'll do it for the Astros in the third as Perry escapes the threat. And it remains 1-0 as we head to the home half of the third. It'll be the bottom third of the order. Fuentes, Lanier, and Perry up against Dierker. Fuentes, 323 on base percentage, 343 slugging. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be a base hit, so the Giants have their first base runner and first hit of the game. Actually, not first base runner, because Dierker has allowed a walk. Just the first base hit, though. So Fuentes being held on. Hal Lanier up to the plate now, the shortstop. Hal Lanier, 265 on base percentage, 279 slugging. And I think we're going to have him bunt, even though the pitcher's up next. So Lanier squares around. And successful sacrifice as Fuentes moves into scoring position now with one down. So Perry with a chance to help his own cause. Perry just a 123 on base percentage and a 167 slugging. Not a great pitcher, but we'll see what happens. Not a great hitting pitcher, I should say. At least not in 1970. Alright, so Dierker looks in for the sign, looks at the runner, kicks and delivers. And Carey will strike out, looking for out number 2. So to bring up top of the order, Bobby Bonds with a chance to knock in the tying run. Bonds struck out his first time. Dierker looks in for the sign, looks at the runner, kicks and delivers. Ooh, just missed the air there. And he'll line out to second to end the inning. So the Giants threaten but do not score, and it remains 1-0 as we head to the fourth. Menke will lead it off. Menke flew out to center his first time up. Pitch by Perry. And he'll fly out to right for out number 1. Alrighty, that'll bring Tommy Davis to the plate. He grounded out to short his first time up. Pitch by Perry. And he'll ground out to short once again. So 2 up and 2 down in the Astros fourth. Gonna bring up Doug Rader, who grounded out to first his first time up. And this time he'll fly out to left. And that'll do it for the Astros in the fourth. It remains a 1-0 game. So Dierker back on the hill for inning number 4. Gallagher to the plate. He grounded out to second his first time up. And he'll ground out to third this time. That'll bring up Willie Mays. Willie Mays popped out to third his first time up. And he's going to get a hold of one here. And that's a no-doubter there as Willie Mays ties the game at 1. So a solo home run for the Say Hey Kid. And it's 1-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. No doubter there. Alrighty, that'll bring up Willie McCovey. McCovey walked his first time up. And he was trying to go back-to-back. He strikes out swinging for out number 2. So to bring up Ken Henderson. Ken Henderson grounded into a 5-4-3 double play. And he's going to get a hold of one here. And that is a no-doubter there. So while McCovey couldn't get it done to go back-to-back, they hit their second home run of the inning, and the Giants now take a 2-1 lead on another solo home run by Ken Henderson. So the fans here are extremely happy here at Candlestick Park. I think it's Candlestick Park. It would be. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'll probably see in the box score anyway when I look at that in the baseball reference. In fact, I'm going to check that now. I'll be right back. Yep, Candlestick Park. Alrighty. Alright, so that brings up Dick Dietz, the catcher. He popped out to third his first time up. And he'll ground out to second to end the inning. With damage done as Willie Mays and Ken Henderson both hit solo home runs and give the Giants a 2-1 lead after 4. So Perry now with a 1-run lead. He'll face Edwards, Dierker, and top of the order Morgan. Edwards flew out to center his first time up. And he'll foul out to third this time for out number 1. So that'll bring up Dierker, the pitcher. He grounded out to second his first time up. And he'll ground out to short this time for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down in the Astros' 5th. Brings up little Joe Morgan. Morgan did the same thing in both of his at-bats, singled and then stole second. And has scored a run. Pitch to Morgan. And they finally get him as he grounds out to Perry, who flips to first to end the inning. So the Astros go in order in the 5th, and halfway through, it's 2-1 San Francisco. Dierker back on the hill. Fuentes singled his first time up. Here's the pitch. And he'll fly out to left for out number 1. That'll bring up Hal Lanier. Lanier sacrificed his first time up. And this time he'll foul out to third for out number 2. That'll bring up the pitcher Perry. Struck out his first time up. And he'll ground out to third. 5-3 on the putout to end the inning. So the Giants go in order in the 5th. And after 5 full, it's the Giants 2, Astros 1. Top of the 6th. Pepitone, Wynn, and Mayberry for Houston. Pepitone had an RBI single his first time up and walked his last time up. So 1 for 1. And this time he'll ground out to Perry for out number 1. So Jimmy Wynn up to the plate now. He's 0 for 2 on the day. And he'll draw the 1-out walk. So Wynn will be held on. Mayberry up to the plate now. Mayberry 0 for 2 on the day, looking for his first hit. Here's the pitch to Mayberry. Wild pitch. And Wynn will move into scoring position. So Mayberry with an RBI opportunity here as Wynn gets his lead. Perry looks in for the sign, looks at the runner, trying to keep him close. Here's the delivery. Pop fly to short. And that will do it. Well, that will do it for Mayberry as Wynn trots back to second. All right, so 2 outs and a runner in scoring position for Dennis Menke, a chance to tie the game. Menke, a very versatile infielder, can play all the infield positions. Shortstop, first, second, and third, and as well as the outfield. So everything except for catcher or pitcher. Alrighty, so Menke's flown out twice. See what he can do here. And he'll ground out this time to short for out number 3. So the Astros threaten but do not score, and we head to the bottom of the 6th with the Giants still leading 2-1. So it'll be Bonds, Gallagher, and Mays top of the order for the Giants against Dierker. Bonds looking for his first hit of the day, 0 for 2. And he won't get it as he grounds out to short. So to bring up Al Gallagher. Gallagher's grounded out twice. And this time he'll pop out the third for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down in the Giants' 6th. Willie Mays got the Giants scoring started in the 4th with a solo home run to tie the game. Here's the pitch to Mays. And he'll ground out to second to end the inning. So the Giants also go in order in the 6th, and we'll head to the 7th with the Astros trailing by 1. Alright, so Tommy Davis steps in the box against Perry. Perry in there for his 7th inning of work. And he's going to reach on the error by the shortstop. Lanier allows Davis to reach. So Davis representing the tying run on first. That'll bring up Doug Rader. I think we're going to try the bunt here. So Perry looks in for the sign. Radar squares around. And successful sacrifice. So Davis now in scoring position with 1 down. The catcher Edwards up to the plate now. He's flown out to center and popped out to third. Pitch to Edwards. And he'll pop out to short for the 2nd out of the inning. So it's up to Dierker. See if he can continue the inning. Dierker's grounded out twice. Davis gets his lead. Perry looks in for the sign. Looks at the runner, kicks and delivers. And it's going to be a stolen base for Davis. Davis steals third as Perry was not holding him close enough. So Tommy Davis with a stolen base. So Dierker up to bat now. Here's the pitch to Dierker. And he goes down on strikes, swinging. And that will do it. So ahead to the bottom of the 7th with the Astros trailing by 1, 2-1. All right, so McCovey will lead it off. McCovey walked and struck out. And McCovey might get a hold of one here. He will. And that's going to be a leadoff double. The Giants trying to add to their 2-1 lead. Good way to start it with McCovey with a leadoff double. So Henderson homered in his last at-bat. 1 for 2 on the day, a solo home run. Giving the Giants the 2-1 lead. He has a chance to add to that lead here. Covey gets his lead. Not a very big lead. Dierker looks in for the sign. He has to pitch to Henderson. Gonna fly out to center. McCovey will hold. So let's see what Dick Dietz can do. See if he can add to that 2-1 lead. He's 0 for 2 on the day. And strike. Back in the box. I think we're going to leave him. We're going to take the restriction off with... there's only one down, though, so maybe we won't. Here's the pitch to Dietz. And he's going to draw the walk, so runners on first and second. Yeah, we'll put the restriction on there. Both slow runners. So Tito Fuentes up to the plate now. Fuentes 1 for 2 on the day. Singled his first time up. Pitch to Fuentes. And he's going to hit into the fielder's choice. They get the middle runner. And that'll put runners on the corners with 2 down. For Lanier. Lanier's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. Dierker looks in for the sign. The pitch to Lanier. And he's hit by a pitch. So that'll load the bases for Perry. Gotta leave Perry in, though. Perry's been pitching a good game. Yeah, I'm going to assume that no, they're not going to play the infield in with 2 down. All right, Perry is going to hit for himself. Here's the pitch. And he strikes out to end the inning. So it remains 2-1 as we head to the 8th. Top of the order for the Astros, Morgan, Pepitone, and Wynn. Morgan's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles and a pair of stolen bases. Scoring the only Astro run. And he'll draw the walk. So he doesn't steal. I'll bring up Pepitone. I think we might go for the hit and run here. Yeah, Pepitone doesn't strike me as a bunter. He might be, but I don't think he is. Alright. So Pepitone, they're going to do a hit and run. Morgan a fast runner at first. Perry looks in for the sign. He has to wind up in the pitch to Pepitone. And he flies out as Morgan scurries back to first. Flies out to left for the out number 1. That'll bring up Jimmy Wynn. Wynn 0 for 2 with a walk. Here's the pitch. Base hit. Morgan will advance to third. Wynn pulls up at second on the throw. So now the go-ahead run is at second. Tying run at third. So John Mayberry with a chance to put the... what do we do here? A chance to at least tie the game, if not give them the lead. Do we walk Mayberry? Or do we bring the infield in? 392, 441, 318. I think we're going to walk Mayberry. Intentional, we'll walk him. Alright, so that's going to load the bases for Dennis Menke. And now I think we're going to bring the infield in. We'll put restrictions on him. Alrighty, so Menke up to the plate, infield playing in. Here's the pitch by to Menke. Sacrifice fly to left. That will score Morgan. And we're knotted up at 2. Alrighty, so 2-2 the game score now. Alrighty, I think we're going to leave Wynn in at second. We're going to give him the okay, though. He did have a lot of stolen bases, although they consider him a slow runner being a power hitter, but he did have a lot of stolen bases. Alright, so we're going to leave him in. Alright, so Tommy Davis up to bat. Chance to put the Astros in the lead. Davis reached on the air his last time up and stole a base. He's 0 for 3 on the day officially. Perry looks in for the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch. There is some action in the Giants' pen. And he'll pop out to second to end the inning. But the Astros get a run. And we'll head to the bottom of the 8th, knotted up at 2. Dierker still in there. His rating now a D. 2-2 the game. There is action in the Astros' pen. Jack Billingham is loosening up in the Astros' pen. Alrighty, so Bobby Bonds will lead it off, top of the order. Bonds, Gallagher, and Mays up against Dierker here in the home half of the 8th. Bobby Bonds 0 for 3 on the day. And he'll draw the walk. And he'll steal second on the first pitch. So Bonds in scoring position. Gotta bring up Al Gallagher. And I think that might be it for Dierker. So let's go to the pen here. So Jack Billingham will come in to face Gallagher. Oops. Alright, so Jack Billingham comes in out of the pen. He's a righty with a C, Y, and H ratings. Bonds gets his lead off second. Gallagher 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch by Billingham. Possible error. Nope. And he'll pop out to short for out number 1. That'll bring up Willie Mays, who put the Giants on the board with a solo home run back in the 4th. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch to Mays. Bonds gets his lead. And he'll ground out to second as Bonds takes third now with 2 down. So the go-ahead run now at third. With 2 down now. Willie McCovey a chance to be the hero here. He doubled his last time up. 1 for 2 with a walk. Bonds gets his lead. Billingham looks in for the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch. And he strikes him out. So Billingham holds the score at 2-2 as the Astros will come up in the 9th. Perry back out there. Action in the Giants' pen. Let's see who's up there. Looks like Don McMahon and Frank Lindsay are loosening up in the Giants' pen. So Perry will face Radar, Edwards, and the pitcher spot. So Radar is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice. Perry looks in for the sign. He has the pitch to Radar. He'll ground out back to the box. Perry will flip it to first for out number 1. Then we have Johnny Edwards. He's hitless on the day, 0 for 3. Pitch by Perry. Flies out to right. And they're going to pull back Billingham. Let's see who they got coming in. Alright, looks like the lefty, Keith Lampert, is going to come in and pinch hit for Billingham in the pitcher spot. Lampert with a .295 on base percentage, .375 slugging. Perry looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch. And he'll ground out to short. And the Astros will go in order in the ninth. So the Giants with a chance to walk it off here. Let's see who they bring in to pitch. All right, so Fred Glading is going to come in and pitch for the Giants, for the Astros, trying to keep this a 2-2 game and send it to extra innings. Glading is a righty with a, I think, little over 4 ERA. I forgot exactly what it was. C rating, ZH, and DP positive, so he is a strikeout pitcher. So Henderson in the box. Henderson is already homer today, 1 for 3 on the day. Glading looks in for the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch. And he was trying to go long again, but comes up empty as Glading gets him for out number 1. Got to bring up Dick Dietz. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Back-to-back Ks as Glading comes out firing. So 2 down now in the Giants' ninth. Brings up Tito Fuentes. Fuentes 1 for 3 on the day. Singled his first time up. And he'll pop out to short to end the inning. So the Giants go quietly in the ninth. And we're headed to extra innings here at Candlestick Park. Perry out for inning number 10. He'll face the top of the order. Morgan, Pepitone, and Wynn. Morgan 2 for 3 on the day with a walk. He's scored 2 runs and stolen 2 bases. So Perry looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch to Morgan. And he grounds out to second for out number 1. Joe Pepitone up to the plate now. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. Pitch by Perry. And he'll single. So Pepitone representing the go-ahead run. With 1 down now at first, he'll be held on. Brings up Jimmy Wynn. Jimmy Wynn 1 for 3 with a single and a stolen base. Here's the pitch. It flies out to center. Pepitone will hold at first. So 2 down now for John Mayberry. Mayberry 0 for 3 with an intentional walk. Pepitone gets his lead. Pitch to Mayberry. And it's going to be a ball to Mayberry. He's back in the box. And it's a base hit. And Pepitone round second. He'll make it to third. So run is at the corners now. Menke 0 for 3 against Perry. They're going to leave Perry in. Here's the pitch. 6-4. And that'll do it for the Astros in the top of the 10th. So Perry pitches 10 innings of 2-run ball. That's likely to be his last as he's due up second. So Glading back out for his second inning of work. Lanier 0 for 1 with a sacrifice and hit by a pitch. Here's the pitch. He flies out to left for out number 1. That'll bring up Perry, and Perry will be lifted for a pinch hitter. All right, looks like they're going to lift Perry, and Steve Whitaker is going to come in and hit. He pinch hit in the actual game. Just a 167 on base percentage and 148 slugging, so not much better than Perry. So the lefty Whitaker up against Glading with 1 down. Base is empty. Here's the pitch. And a base hit, so Whitaker gets himself a base hit. So the manager definitely saw something in Whitaker, and the weak hitting Whitaker is able to get a single. And he is a fast runner, so he'll be held on. Bobby Bonds up to the plate now with a winning run at first. Bonds 0 for 3 with a walk. Glad he looks in for the sign, looks at the runner, trying to keep him close. Kicks and delivers. Wild pitch. And Whitaker will be in scoring position now, with just one down, representing the winning run. Bonds back in, ready to grip and rip. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be a walk. So that will put runners on first and second, as Gliding is being very careful with Bonds. That'll bring up Al Gallagher, who's hitless on the day. Alrighty, Gallagher up to the plate now with one down. Runners on first and second. Gallagher 0 for 4 on the day. Here's the windup and the pitch to Gallagher. And he strikes him out. So 2 down now. Say Hey Kid, chance to be the hero. He's 1 for 4 with a home run. Can Willie Mays give the Giants a walk-off win? Fans on their feet. Nobody in the park is sitting down as Mays come to the plate. Whitaker at second, dancing around second, representing the winning run. Gladding looks in for the sign, looks at the runners, kicks and delivers. And Willie Mays takes a ball. Back in the box. Takes a few practice swings. Gladding looks in for the sign, looks at the runners, kicks and delivers. And a base hit, and that will score the winning run as the Giants mob Willie Mays, and they win 3-2 in 10 innings. Wow, what a finish, as Willie Mays with the game-winning RBI, and the Giants beat the Astros 3-2 in a thriller here on opening day at Candlestick Park. Fans going crazy. So what a finish here at Candlestick Park. Willie Mays definitely the player of the game with his home run and his walk-off single here in the bottom of the 10th. Now I got to remember how to get to the box score. There you go. Alrighty, so let's save it before we forget. So save as. So Willie Mays with a thrilling game. I'm glad I recorded this one. Alright, so 1970. 0407. Astros 2. Giants 3. Ten innings. Save it. Alright. Alrighty, so let's see what happened here. What happens here? The Houston lost, so they can't get a hold. Doesn't get a blown save. Fred Gladding just gets the loss. He gave the loss already, right? Yep, okay. And Giants, Gaylord Perry goes the distance. Okay. Oh yeah, we want to include that one. Alrighty. So a thriller here on opening day here at Candlestick Park. Gaylord Perry goes the distance. 10 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed. 2 runs, both of them earned. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. Perry pitched a fine outing and came close to getting the MVP award for the day, but in the end, I think you got to give Willie Mays the MVP for the home run and especially for the walk-off single in the 10th. 2 different appearances there. Two different hits. I don't know. It's pretty close, though. But we're going to have Willie Mays edge it out. If it was a shutout or 1 run, maybe give it to Perry, but he did allow 2 runs, which is still good. Still excellent, facing 41 batters, but I think we're still going to default to Willie Mays. All right, so Larry Dierker goes 7 innings, allowing 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and allowed 2 solo home runs to Mays and to Henderson. So walked 3, struck out 4, yep, and hit a batter. Jack Billingham pitches a scoreless inning, striking out a batter. And Fred Gladding takes the loss, pitching 1 2/3 innings, allowing 2 hits. The winning run on the single by Willie Mays, walking a batter and striking out 3. For the Giants, yeah, definitely Willie Mays, 2 for 5, with a run scored, solo home run, and 2 runs batted in. Ken Henderson with a solo home run, as we mentioned earlier. And probably for the Astros, we're going to give Joe Morgan player of the game for them. 2 hits, 2 steals, 2 runs scored. Scored both of the Astros runs. Yeah, 2 stolen bases. Yep, so Joe Morgan with the player of the game for the Astros in a losing effort. So, all right, so now we are finished with all the games from opening days, 6th and 7th of April. So now we can move on. So those are the standings after 1 day, or 2 days. As the Senators and Tigers split in their series. And the Reds and the... Who else? There's got to be another team that's... Cardinals did not play yet. That's weird. How did the Reds... Oh, the Reds must have played 2 different opponents. Interesting. The Cardinals haven't played yet. Okay, so let's check this out here. So the Reds... Oh. Yeah, the Reds played the Expos on the 6th and then played the Dodgers on the 7th. Okay, that makes sense then. And St. Louis Cardinals have not played yet. So when are they playing? They're playing tomorrow. I think we're going to feature that game. Bob Gibson, the Cy Young Award winner, against Bill Stoneham for the Expos. Plus we get to see the Expos, so that's always cool. All right, yeah. So I think we're gonna do that game. It might be the only one we do. Yeah, that's the only one I think with a... Oh, do we have El Tiante, but did we... Yeah, I mean, we might do the Louis Tiant, since he just passed away this year. We might do the Louis Tiant game, but that's not until the 9th, so that's it. So we'll do the Bob Gibson game, I think, for the 8th, the next day. And then we'll do the Louis Tiant game on the 9th. Yeah, I think that'll be good. All right, so let me check this off. And those are the games played there. And back to our standings. Yep. So that's why the Reds played 2 games. They played against 2 different teams, which is kind of weird, but anyway, that's the way it was. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming with another National Pastime 3 baseball game from the 1970 season. So we will see you next when we see Bob Gibson go against the Expos in a game from April 8th. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you enjoyed this series or any of our baseball series or sim series on our channel, consider giving us a subscription. And hit that notification bell so you know when we upload new content. So take care and God bless. Bye-bye now.